My final touch to my efo is tin tomato, or tomato puree as it should be properly called, which I just put in. I'm putting about half a tube, which will be like 1 or 2 little tins of Derica, that sort of quantity. I've put it there, and the leaves will cover it so it doesn't stick to my lid. And now I will simply cover my cookware. This is a cold pan. I've layered everything in 1 pot Efo Riro without oil. If I decide to put oil, it's optional. If you decide to put oil, it's optional. I do mine actually, to be honest with you, without oil. So, and I find I don't need it. So, there it is. I've covered it. Because it's full to the top, my valve is open. As it begins to cook, I will try and make sure that that goes down. And now, I will set it to a medium, which is heat 4. Considered in moving my lid around until the valve closed. Now I can leave it to click. When I hear it click, I will turn it to low. The reason why it is closing now is that with the heat, the spinach has begun to wilt. But I will not open it until it is cooked. And then stir in all the ingredients. I've put everything in. It's not stirred, but it's loaded up. You saw what I did. Sharing a tip I picked up some years ago when prawns became expensive. Usually when you buy a prawn, you buy it like this. It's whole. Okay, these have been deveined, right? After a while, I realized that the Chinese was giving smaller prawns, but they were disguised, so you couldn't really tell. And I discovered that what it is that you cut it down the middle like this. You cut it like this. When it cooks, both sides shrivel, as usual, congeal. And what you end up with instead is a meatier piece than if you just put your whole prawn in. Because each side will do its own thing. And you end up with this bit curving one way and the other. I'll show it to you once I've cooked it. But that's what I've done. Cut it. So this is the prawn. Had I not cut it, that would have been the prawn. Then I've cut it, leaving the tail bit joined like this. Try it and see what effect it has. So my spinach has sweated down. And now I'm stirring in my ingredients. Look at the amount of liquid in there. That's without any water. Waterless cooking. And here are my prawns. And if you remember what I showed about cutting up the prawn like that, what happens is it shrivels in 2 different directions. So it ends up giving you a bulkier piece, no? So it takes up more space. Oh, look at that. Waterless cooking. Now, if, for example, I wanted to put in palm oil, it is at this point I would put in my palm oil, a teaspoon for this quantity, maybe maximum a tablespoon, and stir it in and leave it for 5 minutes. And that would be simply to get the taste, rather than because I had to start cooking it using palm oil.